Hi, this is Kim with Scholarly Pursuit. So a funny thing happened. That's my title for this series. And I got to thinking. Recently about um, everything that's going on. So it's March 2025, because I don't know when people will view this video. It's a Sunday morning in Columbus, Ohio. And hopefully that'll give you some point of reference, maybe from where I live and the part of the country and things like that. There is the threat of inflation. Everybody's kind of going crazy about the cost of eggs. You know, it's kind of weird because eggs are $5 or $6 a carton for just regular eggs. And then gas is in where I live on the side of town is like $2.50 a gallon. So I don't know. Seems like if the eggs are higher, the gas should be higher. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about the gas because, I don't eat that many eggs anyway. But no, I'm not making fun of the price of eggs because I know it's a complex issue. I know farmers are impacted and all along the food chain. So I'm not making fun of it, but it just seems to be kind of bizarre to me how these things all play out. And then so I was thinking about what I do in times of penny pinching. I do try to save money where I can. So I use digital coupons at the grocery store. I do surveys and studies kind of to earn extra money. I save. So I thought I would talk about discounts and money management. It'll probably be a few videos on this. The thing I like to say is, because I know some people, they don't want to hassle with coupons. I know you have to kind of be a little careful because somebody said something about coupon math once. And how, you might save $1 on something else, but you go in the store and by the time you leave, it's like going to the dollar store, you spent $20 to save $1. Did you really save anything? So, but I have kind of tailored what I do for the coupons. I only use digital coupons now. And I watch videos where they tell me what's on sale in my area. And if it's something that I use or need or just want extra of or share with my family and friends too, I do that. I'll even call my sister and say, hey, can you put it on your account? And then I'll use hers I did that with baby wipes recently, where they had a really good price on baby wipes and you got a $5 off coupon. Well, I could only use one on my account. So I called my sister. I'm like, hey, could you put the $5 coupon on your account and I'll use yours? So I was able to get 2 boxes of baby wipes for less than $10, which is huge. And of course I called my son and said, hey, don't buy any baby wipes anytime soon. And I've learned some tricks of the trade as far as buying, in bulk when things are on sale, and then, put them in the freezer. And then by the time the next sale comes, you'll be ready for the sale price again. And that way you don't have to pay full price. But that's really not what was planning to talk about today. As you'll notice, I think the title of this video is going to be how I saved $92, a little over $92. And actually, I saved it for 3 people because what I tell you, when I save for me, I'm helping my tribe, I'm helping my community. So Amy and Julie, I'm gonna need a percentage of that savings that I got, y'all. I'm just laughing. They know I don't mean that. But I always heard that you could save money on flights if the price goes down. Now, if you know how to do that, if you could put that in the comments so you could share tips that you've used for airlines particularly to save money. But I didn't know a way to do it other than to call the airlines. Now, calling anybody these days, you're just going to get, chat or let me send you a link or leave your number and we'll call you back. It's not real exciting. But anyway, I was like, it was on my things to do list because I have 2 international trips coming up this year. I save and plan for it is how I do it. And I may talk about that in a future video, how I'm able to do that. Because there was a time in my life that I thought I would never be able to travel internationally. Like always something was coming up, something breaks, the car, the washer and dryer. It seems like there was always, how could I travel internationally? I had kids in college, but you can, and I did. And maybe I'll share that in some tips in the future. How I saved $92+ times 3 recently. That's the whole purpose of this A Funny Thing Happens. I have tried to do this in the past and I really wasn't successful. I called the airline. I'm like, hey, has the cost of my flight gone down? And they're like, no. Or it might have gone down by $10 or $15, but in order to realize that savings, you got to pay a fee to get the discount, which who's going to do that, right? Well, this particular time, because I'm kind of persistent if nothing else. So this time around, I had 2 flights. One, the sisters, there's 4 of us, were going to England this summer. And so we have flights to do that. And then, of course, family my sons and I, and we are headed to Costa Rica this summer. So I had two sets of flights that I was looking at. So I called the one airline. I do know different airlines have different rules, and it depends on the types of flights you get and the fares that you pay, and you get different benefits, right? So this is just the benefit, because I always get the basic. One day I hope to fly first class, but that hasn't happened yet. But I always get just like the economy now. Sometimes I don't get the economy because some of these flights, you get the economy, you can't even carry on, a carry-on piece, or it's real rigid. So kind of reminds me of what I believe Spirit Airlines is like. And no shade to Spirit. I'm just saying, when I fly, I don't kind of like to be nickel and dimes too much. Like, I expect a decent seat, although the seats are kind of challenging. I mean, they give you crackers now, or like Cheez-Its or something like. I mean, I expected the Cheez-Its and the little drink that you get, like orange juice or something like that. I mean, I just want the basics, so I don't want anything below basic. So anyway, I usually get the economy flight, and we did this time too. So I called American Airlines, and I was like, this was maybe about a month or two after I made the reservations. And I was like, hey, now you may be able to go online and do this, but I just like to talk to people still. So I was like, hey, I'm taking a trip. Has the price of the flight gone down? Now, I fully expected something to go wrong. And maybe that's a pessimistic attitude sometimes. I mean, I think I'm a positive, hopeful person, but sometimes things don't work out. That's the thing you have to realize with the savings, cost savings, and the money savings. Some things work and some things don't work, right? I called American Airlines, and I was like, I'm traveling. Here are the dates. Have the price of the tickets gone down? And she was like, actually, they have. So that was the first hurdle. That's great. And then I was like, well, I wonder how much it's gone down. Is it going to be $10 again or something like that? And she said, hang on, let me just check. Your flight number's this and your flight number's that. And I was like, yeah. And so then she's like, so your cost savings would be $92 and some change. I'm not quite sure what the change is right now. And I was like, $92? That's amazing. So I said, yeah, I want to change the flight to get the discount. I want the $92. Now, here's the thing. I was kind of hoping for the $92, right? Like, I thought I would get $92 cash back on my card or something like that. And I would have been really, really happy with that. But what she told me was it was a credit that you can use. Now, for American Airlines, like I said, the airlines have different rules. So you got to call the airline, and it depends on what fare you have and everything like that. And she said, oh, you can get a credit, $92 and some change credit. And I was like, I'll take a credit, because I do travel. I travel to see friends. I travel for myself just to hang out, and I could use a credit. Now, what I did, it wasn't as excited about for with American, is you have to use the credit within a year. Now, you'll find out later on in this video that I also did the same thing for the Costa Rica trip, and we got a credit on that too, times 5, and less of a credit though, not the cash back that I was hoping for, but that credit is for a lifetime. It never expires. So, I mean, I'm a Southwest Airlines fan anyway, but, so anyway, I'll go back to American Airlines. So she said it was going to be $92 credit. It was attached to your frequent flyer number, and you would have to have the confirmation number in order to realize the credit. Now, I fully expect to travel in the coming 12 months, so that $92 will get used, I'm quite sure. But I was also able to reach out to my sisters and say, hey, I just got y'all $92 credit on your flight. It's on your frequent flyer number. You have to keep your confirmation number. I sent that to them. And my sister is out of town right now. She could have used it on this trip, but who knew? What to say. That's how I saved $92. Now, it wasn't money in my pocket, but it was money for a future trip that I probably will be taking. So I'm excited about that. I just wanted to say that's how I saved over $92. And in these difficult times, anything that you can save is a win in my mind. So if you have any flights coming up, I encourage you to contact the airline. You might even be able to get the money back. I'm not for sure if you have a more expensive fare that you pay, but just read the rules for the particular airline that you're going to be flying on and see if they do offer a credit or a refund of your monies if the price changed. Now, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do, because like I said, I am kind of persistent. In another month or so, I'm gonna call them again. I don't know if you can do it more than once or not. If anybody knows that, put that in the comments and share your experiences. But I'm gonna call American Airlines and Southwest again before we travel, and I'm gonna be like, hey, have the price of these tickets gone down? I will say that there might be some opportunities in the travel space to get maybe credits on. And I do the same thing for hotels. I haven't done that actually for these trips, and I might do that. Hey, have the price of the hotel's rooms gone down? Just because the time that we're in, I'm wondering if people are going to be wanting to stay close to home more, and that make, drive prices down. That's how I saved $92 plus $33 just in a couple of days. And I encourage anyone else who has travel plans that maybe you can realize some savings as well. And so until I talk to you again with the next video, I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week.